Thanks for tuning in back to another video. My name is Angela if you're new here, and please consider subscribing if you haven't yet on this channel. So today's video was requested by one Eric from Instagram. Actually, he messaged me on Instagram and this was his request. He said, "Hey Angie, hope you are doing great. I would like you to please address a certain issue I have had for a long time concerning working in Qatar. I heard that immediately you land a job in Qatar, the employing company takes and withholds your passport such that you cannot get it back whenever you want it, thus makes them frustrate you and underpay you. Is it true? And if it's otherwise, please address it in your YouTube channel." Thanks. And thank you so much, Eric, for that question. And of course, for this, I will need your input, guys, because I cannot speak for everyone. I can only speak for my experience or what I have heard from the people that are closely working with me. But I would like to hear your opinion regarding the same, guys. So let us just digest or dissect this into bite-sized pieces. So first, he says that he heard that immediately you land a job in Qatar, the employing company takes and withholds your passport such that you cannot get it back. From what I can say on this, Eric, is that yes, your passport will be taken by your employer as soon as you arrive in Qatar. But in most cases, if not all, it is only so that they can start the process of preparing your residency permit. What you need to know is that when you get a job offer in Qatar, then you will be issued with a work visa that is only valid for 3 months, and within these 3 months you are supposed to have a residency permit to continue working in Qatar. And for you to get the residency permit, you need to go through medical screening process that they do chest x-ray, and also they do some blood work. And if you are found fit to work in Qatar, if your blood work is fine, or if your chest x-rays doesn't indicate any scar tissues or whatever may be decided by the Supreme Court of Health, then you proceed for fingerprints, and your fingerprints will be taken, and then you will be issued with a residency permit within 3 months, and then you can continue working in Qatar. Otherwise, if you fail your medical, which happens to so many people, unfortunately, especially if you ever suffered from TB, or if you ever suffered from pneumonia and somehow it left some scar tissues in your chest that are visible on x-ray, then mostly in this case, people fail their medical, and no matter how much they spent to come to Qatar, then they have to go back. Anyway, I just needed to expound on that point. But yeah, that is one reason why most companies, or at least our company, will take passports as soon as the employees arrive in the country, so as to facilitate the processing of the residency permit. Otherwise, for our case, for those who pass their medical, even for those who fail, eventually you will be given back your passport. As soon as your residency permit is processed and it's out, you will be given your residency permit along with your passport, and from that point on, it will be your responsibility to safeguard your passport. I have kept my passport for as long as I can remember, for almost 2 years now. I have traveled home 3 times without any problem. I don't need to go to my employer to ask for my passport anytime I need to go home. All I need is to just get approval through the leave application process, so that I can travel home if need be, whether it's an emergency case or if it is for a holiday. And then there is a law that was passed that abolished kafala system, and kafala system was a system that required workers or employees in Qatar to have an exit permit for them to leave the country, and that one was to be requested or to be granted by the employer. But that was abolished, and now if you need to leave the country, then nobody is going to ask you for a residency permit. not residency permit, actually for exit permit, and all you need is to present your residency permit at the airport and you are good to go, or you're wherever. If you're going for good, then you will just indicate that you have already left your employment. So I hope that answers your question. And for this saying that the company takes your passport and withholds such that it cannot be given back to you, really that is not an appropriate way of doing things, and if that is happening, then it is actually not correct. And maybe mostly this will happen to people, from what I've heard, to people who are working in like in the house, or people who are doing domestic work, because then most of the employers might not necessarily be following the labor laws. That is where the case where you will find that some people do not have off days, some people do not have the opportunity or the freedom to keep their own passports. That mostly happens if you're working in the house or if you're doing domestic work. But if you're working with a company, most companies will follow these labor laws, because they know that if the employee goes to complain to the labor court, then the company will incur serious fines, and no company wants to actually go through that. But then again, I need to hear your opinion, because I understand from his question that there may be some people that are not able to keep their own passports. And if that is you, please just put your input down below so that we see if there is a better way around this problem. So I think that was it. Sorry, I think that was it. And he says that that makes them frustrate you and underpay you. Honestly, for companies, I don't think that is true. That could be maybe that could be true with domestic work or housework. But for companies, you sign a contract, and whatever contract you sign, then that is what the employer is obligated to pay you. And if that is not what they are paying you, then you have the right to visit the labor court and complain. So I hope I've answered your question, and if anyone else has an input regarding this issue, then feel free to share down below so that we can get more informed, because as you know, knowledge is power. So thank you so much for watching this video, and again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. We are now on the race to 20,000. We already hit 10,000, so the next milestone is 20,000, and you could just be the person that helps us to get there. So please, and if you have any question or any issue that you would like me to address in the next video, I would love to do that. So please just pop your question down below, or if you also want to reach me out on Instagram as Eric did. Glad I did not say Victor. When I tried to make this video the first time, I said Victor. I don't know why that the name is just, it's the easiest name that can come out of my mouth. Anyway, so if you have any other question, you can pop it out down below, or on Instagram. I will put my Instagram handle down below. Otherwise, it is Angie Naf, ANGIENAF. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on another video, which will probably be tomorrow, because yeah, and why not, so that we can address a different kind of issue and everyone else can get the chance to contribute. It's like an open forum, so just put down your input. I love seeing your comments. Some of them just make me laugh, especially when I'm reading through the comments during my lunch break and just trying to answer them. I laugh out loud until people are like, okay, is she crazy? What is she laughing about? Can she share the joke? But I can't. It's for me. If they want, they can go and watch on the comment section. Otherwise, bye. Let me stop babbling. Bye. And before I forget, guys, if you like this video, please remember to give it a very big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please remember to do so. There's a button down below, written subscribe, and also turn on your notifications so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. So tune in. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for a new video addressing a totally different issue as requested by you guys. Bye.